Ladies and gentlemen, I am back again with another one. All right, we got Bleacher reports every NBA team's win-loss predictions. Now, I will be doing a show tomorrow giving you what I think every NBA team's record's going to be next year. But I'm just going based off right now. Based off right now, I'm going to give regular season prediction. You know, I may even give playoff predictions early. You never know, but I will be definitely. You could find me on King Known Uncensored on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, the Anchor app, and so many other various platforms on social media. This is King Known NBA and Music Talk on YouTube. We're going to get a live reaction of this shit and my thoughts. So let's slide over to Atlanta. Atlanta Hawks, 47-35. I don't know, B. I think they'll win more than 47 games. I'm not going to lie. You have the backcourt tandem of Trae Young and DeJounte Murray to go along with 3 and D Young Cat, DeAndre Hunter, John Collins, the alley-oop threat, kind of an underrated offensive player. You got Clint Capella. Hopefully he's 100%. Then you got Bogdanovich off the bench. You still got Onyeka Okongwu. You drafted AJ Griffin. I think they drafted Tyrese Martin. I'm not 100% sure on that. So I think they could go 8 or 9 deep. Still decent free agents out there. But I think Atlanta's going to win more than 47 games. That's just my opinion. You got Trae Young, who can play on the ball and off the ball. You got DeJounte Murray, who's a point, who could score. He just got to work on that 3-point shot, but he won't need to shoot the 3 because he got Trae coming off one of them screens. So Murray can attack the basket, attract the defense to get all the other guys open. So Trae Young, you look at last year, the Atlanta Hawks were 10th in the East. And Trae tired out by the end of the Miami series. And he ended up getting hurt. So, excuse me. But, Atlanta got one game off the number 1 seed in the East with just that team and no Capella. So Atlanta definitely overachieved, in my opinion. So let's move on. I think they're going to win more than 47 games. That's not a bad take, though. Boston Celtics, 52-30. That's not necessarily a bad prediction, but in my opinion, I think they're going to win way more than 52 games, in my personal thoughts. I think they're going to win more than 52 games, possibly be the number 1 seed in the East next year, if healthy. You got a lineup of Malcolm Brogdon, Marcus Smart, Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown, Robert Williams, and then, you got Al Horford possibly playing a bench role. He might come off the bench. You got Danilo Gallinari, Grant Williams. Boston will definitely go deep, into the playoffs next year. But I don't know if they're going to make make the finals next year. I don't know if they're going to make the finals. They still got Peyton Pritchard, too. Sharpshooter. So Boston, they're winning way more than 52 games. Brooklyn Nets, 48-34. If they keep Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving. Let me tell y'all something. They're going to win way more than 48 games. Now, that 48-34 may stick if they trade KD and Kyrie and get a major return, which I think that's what's going to really happen, is if they trade both guys and they get a bunch of role players, they can win 48 games, but they'll lose the first round type of shit. I can see that happening, because I think if they keep KD and Kyrie, they're good. If they trade both of them, they're good. Brooklyn is in a very good situation right now where either way, Brooklyn's going to be a playoff team. Those are my personal thoughts. Now, however, this current team right here, currently as it stands, they're winning way more than 48 games, way more than 50 as well. I mean, you got Kyrie, Seth Curry, Kevin Durant, Ben Simmons, Nick Claxton. I mean, come on. Then you have Cam Thomas off the bench. I keep trying to tell y'all, he's got 6 Man of the Year potential. Then you got David Duke coming back, in his second year. He played pretty good when they gave him clock, and he stood out in the summer league as well. So, and then you still got Patty Mills. You still got Joe Harris. You can add TJ Warren and Royce O'Neal. They can go 11, 12 deep. You still got Kessler Edwards and Day'Ron Sharpe too. So that's 12 deep right there. That could be a top Eastern Conference team as well. They're winning. If they keep that team, they're winning way more than 48 games, I promise you. But I'm going by the lineup as it stands right now. You can't predict what's going to happen in the regular season. Despite many problems, I think, like this says, if everyone's committed and available, the Nets have championship upside. That's such a massive if. It's very true. Charlotte Hornets, 37-45. That sounds accurate, but I think they're gonna win less games than that because there's so many question marks. So many. When you have a team with so many players that are expendable, that will show the lack of team chemistry. I mean, you got a lot of players that are trade bait, like Terry Rozier, like Gordon Hayward, like Miles Bridges might not play this year, depending on his legal situation. That nigga might go to jail. You got PJ Washington. You got the young boys, Kai Jones and Nick Richards and the rookie Mark Williams. Those guys are probably going to stay. Those 3 that I just named. And then what are you going to do with James Bouknight? Are you going to trade him as well? I feel like Charlotte is going to make some trades. Like, all of those players are not going to stay. It hasn't worked the last 2 years. Both years you were 9th in the play-in, and both years you got sent home in the play-in game. You know what I'm saying? Mike don't play that shit. I think Mike gonna make some major moves over there. There are so many players. And they fired the coach and brought back the old coach that they fired a couple of years ago. So my thoughts on this is, I'm going to say less than 37 games because we don't know who they're going to get. Now, I think they should go after Donovan Mitchell. Now, if they do get Mitchell, they'll probably make the play-in again. But I think this time they're going to get out if you add Mitchell because there's so many players that you can trade over there. I think Charlotte should get it done and make it happen. But I say less than 37 right now with that team. Chicago Bulls 44-38. This is a D+ prediction. Chicago going to win way more than 44 games, in my opinion. You mean to tell me you have Lonzo Ball, hopefully a healthy Lonzo Ball, fingers crossed, DeMar DeRozan, Zach LaVine, Patrick Williams, Nikola Vucevic. Then that bench. Look at the bench. Alex Caruso, Ayo Dosumo, Goran Dragic, Andre Drummond, Derrick Jones Jr. There are so, and then they drafted Dalen Terry. Can't forget that. Chicago is hella deep, bro. Chicago's deep as hell. I think if they are on the right side of the bracket, they can crip walk their way to an Eastern Conference Finals. But they have some titans to go through and some growing pains. But I truly do believe that Chicago made some A1 moves this year by drafting Terry, signing Dragic, signing Drummond. Those are more pieces right there that fill out that bench. Chicago's bench struggled in the playoffs last year against Milwaukee. That's why they were unable to win that series. I didn't think that Chicago had enough to rest LaVine and Vucevic and DeRozan. So I think Chicago's going to win way more than 44 games. But here's the contradiction. The Bulls get some development from Patrick Williams and Andre Drummond, and Goran Dragic add reliability to the bench. Chicago could threaten the 50-win threshold. But you said they was going to win 44 games, like they're not. And Drummond, despite many setbacks in his career, unfortunately has playoff experience. And Goran Dragic is a super vet. And he can play the leadership role for that young team. He could be one of those vets, those old school vets. You know, Dragic came up under Steve Nash, even though I hate Steve Nash, but he learned some shit from him as far as basketball. Not necessarily leadership, but whatever. Cleveland Cavaliers, 46-36. I think they win less than that. I don't think they win 46 games. But I wouldn't be surprised if they're an 8 seed in the East, maybe. But they're winning less than 46 games. Even though, I mean, and then what's the status on Colin Sexton? Are they going to... He's a restricted free agent now. Cleveland has the ability to match any offer. Are they going to keep him? Because the jury's out in Cleveland that they're fine with Karis LeVert. They're fine with him. They like him more than they like Colin Sexton. That's why they keep lowballing Colin Sexton, because they like Karis LeVert. But Sexton was balling when he did play. But Garland played at a very high all-star level last year. I mean, you still got, you know, Evan Mobley. Then you got Jarrett Allen. Still got Kevin Love coming off the bench, who is super dangerous, man. Then you bring back Ricky Rubio. Cleveland's got a good team. Then you draft Malachi. I think they drafted... you draft O'Shea Agbaji. Like, that's crazy, man. Like, they really don't need Sexton, because Agbaji is a shooter. He could be a Sixth Man of the Year candidate next year. He could be up there. And I forgot about Lauri Markkanen. Damn. Cleveland is kind of deep, but I still think they're not going to win 46 games. I think they win just a shade less than 46. But they're definitely winning more than... They'll be 500, though. I'll give them that. They'll be above 500, though. Dallas Mavericks, 50-32. That sounds right. That sounds about right. I'll give them that. I'll give them 50 games. That sounds good. I think that's actually almost perfect. I say they win a little bit more than 50. Just a little bit more. Well, Dallas got better. You get JaVale McGee, who possibly might be the starter. I'm more than likely, I think they're probably going to start Christian Wood at the 5 and then have Finney Smith at 4, Luca at 1, Tim Hardaway at 2. And, well, actually, you know what? I take that back. They'll start Spencer Dinwiddie and Luka Doncic at 1 and 2. Start Hardaway at 3. Start Finney Smith at 4 and Christian Wood at 5. I could see them doing that and running JaVale McGee off the bench. JaVale McGee is a 3-time champion. He's going to add that experience. Like he helps every team that he goes to. He is reliable as fuck. It's going to be a very fun target for Luka to throw to. Then you got Dinwiddie, who the Wizards blew that one, man. That was a major L that they took. Super L. Super L that they took. The Wizards took. Then Bertrands, you bringing Bertrands back. Yeah, Christian Wood can play. I mean, they just got out of a Western Conference Finals battle with the Warriors. So Jason Kidd is a proven coach. I think Dallas is going to be a lot better. So I wouldn't be surprised. But the West is hella deep. Depends on who Dallas ends up with in the first round. And honestly, I wouldn't want nobody. I mean, I wouldn't want the Clippers. I wouldn't want the Warriors. I wouldn't want to play the Nuggets. I honestly wouldn't want to play Dallas. I would probably want Phoenix in the first round or the Los Angeles Lakers. Those are the teams that I would want to run to play against. Denver Nuggets 52-30. That sounds about right. Not gonna front. West is gonna be full of 50-win teams. I'm telling you. The 8 seed might be 47-35, as good as this is looking. You mean to tell me that Denver was a 6 seed last year without Murray and Porter. With a healthy Murray and Porter, though, I think they actually win more than 52 games. As crazy as that sounds. This ain't necessarily a bad prediction, though. Denver's a good team. I mean, that starting 5 is crazy. With Murray, Kentavious Caldwell Pope, Michael Porter Jr., Aaron Gordon, and then you got Joker. Then off the bench, you got Ish Smith, you got Bones Highland, you got Jeff Green still, and then Christian Braun, Bruce Brown. Yeah, Bruce Brown. Shit, Denver can play small. So I definitely expect Denver to win a little bit more than 52 games. Detroit Pistons 27-55. Bleacher Report, fuck you. We winning way more than 27 games. We might not. We might not. We might not make the playoffs, but we are going to be in a lot of close games. Our team is very competitive. Our team is young, and we have a lot to prove. Because, I mean, our starting lineup is on point if they let Jaden Ivey start. I think it should be, me personally, I think it should be Cade, Jaden, Sadiq. But more than, I think they said they're going to start Sadiq at 4. Well, who the fuck is going to play the 3? I mean, I keep hearing rumblings that Sadiq is going to play the 4, which would not make any sense to me. He's better off at his position. Our lineup should be Cade, Ivy, Sadiq Bey, um, Isaiah Stewart, and Jalen Duren. That should be our starting five next year. And then, we still got Killian, which is, I know, I understand, that's kind of weird. We picked up Alec Burks. We picked up Nerlens Noel. We still got Kelly Olynyk, to my knowledge. We still got Isaiah Livers. You know what I'm saying? Isaiah Livers, he's going to have a way better season than he did last year. He's going to have some more clock. All in all, I kind of like this Detroit team. I say we win way more than 27 games, but we'll miss the playoffs. But 27-55, man, that's cap. That's a bad prediction here. Golden State Warriors 52-30. Fair. I mean, losing Gary Payton Jr., losing Otto Porter, that does kind of, and losing Juan Toscano Anderson. I know he didn't get no clock, but still, a body is a body. But, however, the champs are going to be the champs. I still think they'll probably, I don't know. I think they'll probably win more than 52 games. I think they'll be the number one seed in the West next year, in my personal opinion. Golden State is still scary. I mean, Steph, Clay, and Draymond speaks for itself. Bringing back Looney, that was big. Jordan Poole is back. James Wiseman is back. That is going to help them like crazy. A guy like James Wiseman who could hurt you inside and outside offensively, could block a shot now and again, who's got pretty good feet to be 7'2", and he's all, and the killer part is, I don't even think that kid's old enough to drink yet. Is he 21 or 20? Like, that kid's young. I mean, they also lost Damian Lee as well. And you still got Andrew Wiggins, Dante DiVincenzo, Moody, Jonathan Kuminga. That dude is going to be box office. Yeah, man, I wouldn't be surprised if Golden State repeated next year. I wouldn't be surprised. Houston Rockets 19-63. I don't know about that, y'all. I think they'll win more than 19 games. I think they'll be better than what a lot of people think. They're not going to play no defense. I'll give you that. Houston's going to have to try to outscore teams because none of them really play defense like that. But I mean, KPJ, Jalen Green, Jabari Smith, Tari Eason, and company, man. Alperen Sengun, I forgot about him. So that's a decent little starting five right there. Then KJ, still got KJ. Still got Josh Christopher coming off the bench. I think the Rockets will be more competitive than you think. They'll win more than 19 games. No doubt in my mind. Y'all a little bit rough on those young boys. Don't sleep. And then they still got Eric Gordon off the bench too. Sheesh. Yo, Usman Garuba still there. Y'all sleeping on the Rockets. 19 games. Come on, man. Stop it. Indiana Pacers 23-59. That's a fact. They're not going to be any good. This is a rebuild team. I mean, Tyrese Halliburton is nice. He's going to have a really good year. And Tyrese and Buddy still there. Miles Turner is still there. Chris Duarte. I think that Indiana's going to be fun to watch, though. Especially if they bring Lance back. Aaron Nesmith, Jalen Smith. Interesting. They're not the best team in the league. I think they're definitely going to be one of the worst teams, though. I just don't see them closing out games. That's going to be their flaw. And I think a lot of teams are going to kick their ass. I don't believe in Indiana. I think this 23-59 record is accurate. Los Angeles Clippers, 51-31. That's about right. That's a good number. I would take that number because we don't know the status of Paul George and Kawhi. I know Paul George is 100% healthy, but Kawhi has not been cleared to play yet. So that's a worry. But adding John Wall, that was what they needed. Adding John Wall, baby. Yeah. I mean, you got John Wall, Paul George, Kawhi Leonard, Marcus Morris, and Ivica Zubac. Not to mention Reggie Jackson, Norman Powell, Robert Covington, Terrence Mann coming off the bench. Now they do need a backup big man still. Now you do have insurance for John Wall just in case he gets hurt. You still got Reggie Jackson, who plays great ball with them, who knows them. So I still, like I said, I think they need to go and get a backup big man. They need to bring back Trez. Bring back Trez and Lou Will. They're both free agents. Clippers should take a gamble. I know Trez got a weed case, but come on. Why not bring back Montrezl Harrell and Lou Will? Run it back. Shit, and if Utah buys out Patrick Beverly, shit, you could reunite. Those Clippers that were supposed to win the championship a couple years ago. I think, those are the three pickups that I think they need to get. I think Pat Bev needs to get bought out from Utah, re-sign with the Clippers. Lou Will, Trez, fill that team out. And then we could talk about more than 51 wins. Los Angeles Fakers, 44-38. That's not a bad prediction, even though I got them winning less than that. I got them winning less than 44 games. They're not going to win 44 games this year. I'm sorry. Too many injuries, and LeBron's going to be doing too much. And Anthony Davis, is light as a feather. What do feathers do? They fall. I think Lonnie Walker the fourth is going to have a great year with them. He's going to be like the Malik Monk of this team. THT had a horrible year last year. I think he might bounce back. Austin Reeves is good. Thomas Bryant, if 100%, could contribute. Stanley Johnson and William Gabriel can hustle. But as far as getting consistent scoring, that's where they'll have the problem. LeBron and Anthony Davis are going to do what they do. They're both superstars. Russell Westbrook, however, we don't know how he's going to mesh in Darvin Ham's new offense. You change coaches, it could only happen for better or for worse. But I definitely, if I'm a betting man, I would definitely bet this over under 45 wins. Them motherfuckers is not winning 44 games. I'm sorry. They're winning less than that. I think they'll make the play-in game and lose. Oh yeah, I forgot Kendrick Nunn was coming back. Kendrick Nunn can play. I'm scared. You know what I'm saying? Like, I like Kendrick Nunn. Like, if he healthy, the Lakers maybe could get to that 44. I must say. Memphis Grizzlies 50-32. That's pretty accurate. I say they win a little bit less. Want to know why? Because Jaren Jackson's gonna miss a part of the season. But however, their regular season pickups were interesting. They did draft Jake LaRavia. That was a good pickup for them. I don't know if Kenny Lofton's son is going to make the final roster. He could be the new Zach. You know what I'm saying? Off the bench. A poor man Zach, but a Zach nonetheless. You know what I'm saying? Memphis still got Brandon Clark, Zaire Williams. Still got, of course, Ja. Bane, Brooks. They talk a lot of shit, but they got to back it up. I think they're going to bring back Steven Adams. So, I mean, David Roddy, allegedly he's going to get time. So I think Memphis is going to be a good team next year. They're going to contend. They'll easily make the playoffs, but I don't know about 50 games. Maybe a little bit less than 50. All right, let's move on. Miami Heat, 49-33. Damn, that's a severe drop-off from the... How many games did they win? They won 54 games last year? Damn, that's a mighty drop-off. Bleacher Report, damn. So are y'all insinuating that a trade is going to get done? Or, I mean, this team, but you have to factor in this. Jimmy Butler's a year older. Kyle Lowry's a year older and 50 pounds fatter. You know, Baby Clump is in the building. Hercules, head ass Lowry. Losing PJ Tucker does hurt them. That's very true. I didn't think about it that way. Maybe 49 might be it. But I think that might be it. I don't know. I think that might be perfect. Low key. I mean, Max Struss was clutch for them last year. I think Max Struss breaks out next year. And is Duncan Robinson going to play next year? Then you got Tyler Hero still. He's a 6-man. Bam is still there. Yeah, Miami, though, I don't think they're going to go that far in the playoffs next year, though. That's just me. Without a legit guard or a wing to go with Jimmy, I don't see Miami going that far, especially without PJ. Milwaukee Bucks 52-30 sounds a bit accurate. I'm not going front. They might win less than that, but not that much less, if you know what I mean. You know, the only reason the Bucks lost the Celtics series was because Middleton wasn't there. I think if they play Game 7 with Middleton, I think they win that series. That's just me. No disrespect. These was the defending champs when everybody was healthy. So you draft Marjon Beauchamp, who could jump out the gym. You still got Bobby Portis. You re-sign him. You still got Pat Connaughton. Still got a decent little team. Milwaukee's a tough team. Still got Grayson Allen, dirty ass. Still got Drew. Milwaukee is still a threat, a championship threat. So I say a little bit less than 52 games, though. Minnesota Timberwolves, 48-34. That sounds accurate. That sounds about right. I'm not going to lie. Maybe a little bit less than 48 games, but not that much less, if you catch my drift. But that's not a bad prediction. I mean, a lot of people, man, I've been talking to people about Minnesota lately, and a lot of people do not have faith in this team. Honestly, I trust Anthony Edwards. I think he's going to take that. He's going to be a little bit more selfish next year. I mean, that starting five's not bad with, D'Lo, AE, Kyle Anderson, Karl Anthony Towns, and Rudy Gobert. That's not a bad starting five in this league. I mean, not to mention, you add Austin Rivers, you got Kyle Anderson, Taurean Prince, Bryn Forbes, stretch that 3 out, Taurean Prince, 3 and D, Austin Rivers, who's been a very serviceable backup. That's not a bad team right there, man. Not a bad team at all. Oh, yeah, Jaden McDaniels. Forgot about him. He's solid. I can't lie. Minnesota should make the playoffs. They're going to be a first round out, but I think they should make the playoffs. A lot of people sleeping on this team. I won't sleep on them depending on the opponent. New Orleans Pelicans 45-37. I ain't gonna lie, they might win more than 45 games. This is crazy, but if Zion is healthy, that dude is a walking 22-12. And very explosive, underrated defensively on the perimeter and the interior. Oh, the young boy just gotta, not eat. No more put down the seafood gumbo, Zion. Put down the extra large pizza with 3 toppings, Zion. Put down the goddamn ice cream bars. Put down the Klondike bars, Zion. Put down the goddamn cereal, Zion. Put down the goddamn fish fry, Zion. I mean, this team is capable, potentially, of winning more than 45 games. I think they win more than 45. You got B.I. I mean, I'm guessing that I don't know. I haven't seen Dyson Daniels now. Losing EJ Liddell does hurt because that was another young player with a young body. You know what I'm saying? A young body. You know what I mean? Pause. But y'all niggas know what I'm talking about. I assume that the starting lineup is gonna be CJ, Dyson Daniels, Brandon Ingram, Zion Williamson, and Jonas Valanciunas. That would be my guess. And then Herb Jones. Oh my God. Lock down. Can you feel me? Lock down defense. Still got Najee Marshall, who's a decent player. Trey Murphy, who can light it up from anywhere on the floor. Devontae Graham is still there. Got to check out New Orleans. Better watch out for them. Them niggas are definitely going to make the playoffs. I truly believe they're going to be very competitive too. They're going to be way better than they were last year. Like, I think they still got Larry Nance. They still got Jackson Hayes. Yo, New Orleans is deep as hell. They're definitely one of the more underrated teams in the league. So I say more than 45. New York Knicks 40-42. Are you fucking serious? Y'all give my Pistons 27 games, but New York 40 games? Hell no. They're winning way less than 40. I guarantee you. They're winning way less than 40. Sorry, not sorry. I mean, I like the Jalen Brunson pickup, but they paid him too much money. RJ Barrett is going to have possibly an all-star caliber year. Julius Randle, he'll be decent. He'll still be 20-9 on 35% shooting, but still 20-9. But, I mean, Cam Reddish, is he going to get clock? Is Quentin Grimes going to get more clock? Honestly, dude, New York is a team that nobody wants to watch. It's not worthy of watching here. I mean, Mitchell Robinson is good. Don't get me wrong. They added Isaiah Hartenstein. Emmanuel quickly is a underrated player. Obi Toppin off the bench. I see why they came up with 40 because of the players, but New York is cursed. They're winning less than 40 games. They're going to lose a lot of games. I think they still got Evan Fournier, too. On paper, if the East was weak, I could see them making the playoffs. But the East, as competitive as it is, New York's going to miss. I don't think they make the play-in game. They're lottery bound again, and I think that's when they're going to fire Tom Thibodeau. I think once they transition out of that Tom Thibodeau, I think all of those players take a step up and they'll contend for the playoffs once they get another coach. Oklahoma City Thunder 18-64. This is blasphemy. This is blasphemy, ladies and gentlemen. In the great words of Stephen A. Ruckus. This is blasphemy, ladies and gentlemen. 18 games? Y'all disrespectful as hell. Oklahoma City Thunder winning way more than 18 games. You mean to tell me a team with Josh Giddey, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, Lou Dort, Alexei Pokusevski, and Chet Holmgren is going to go 18-64. Mind you, Giddey was looking like an all-star at the goddamn Summer League. He was so fucking good. He was yamming on niggas. He was playing lockdown defense. He improved the jump shot. Shea Gilgeous-Alexander is probably going to put up all-star numbers again. I wouldn't be surprised if he makes the all-star team this year. I wouldn't be surprised, but the West is full of guards. It would be kind of difficult for him to get in, but I would hope that with DeJounte Murray being gone, that's a spot for SGA to get in. I like this young-ass team. Like, they really cleaned up in this year's draft, getting Ousmane Dieng, drafting both Jalen Williamses and Chet Holmgren, who has an all-around game. You know, the bigger, stronger centers will bully him, but god damn, Chet got game. Chet is going to be, and then he can bring up the ball. He got some handles. Like, that dude is a very skilled young man. They're going to win more than 18 games. That's disrespectful as fuck how they hoeing this team. But okay. Orlando Magic. How in the fuck? No, man. I don't give a fuck if they do have Poirot. They're winning less than 25 games. I'm sorry. Y'all give Oklahoma City 18 games, who's clearly better, who had one of the better drafts for a team that just drafted Poirot and Caleb Houston. Okay, man. 25 games is too many. I say less than that. I say less. But that lineup looking kind of ugly. You mean tell me it's gonna be Cole Anthony, Jalen Suggs, France Wagner, Poirot, and Wendell Carter Jr. gonna win more than 20 games? I don't know about that, Craig. Then Markelle Fultz is gonna be healthy. Jonathan Isaac. I can see why they came up with 25. Ain't Mo Bamba a free agent, or is he still there? I think he's still there. I don't see 25. I see way less than that, bro. Orlando is gonna be ass, just like they was last year. Just Poirot probably might have a rookie of the year type year. I think it's gonna be between him and Chet. But Chet gonna improve that Oklahoma City team. That was some whole shit. But y'all give them 7 more wins. All right, whatever. Philadelphia 76ers, 51 games. That's accurate. I can't argue with this. Not mad at you. I mean, they added... They're the Houston Sixers. They're the Philadelphia Rockets. You know what I'm saying? DeAnthony Melton, that's going to be the underrated pickup of the off season right there. That's underrated. PJ Tucker, big pickup. He's going to help Philly in a major way. I think they're probably going to start him, I don't know, maybe at the 4. And maybe Tobias can play his natural position. Or PJ going to play his natural position. The more you know, I guess. So what's it going to be? Tyrese, James, Tobias, PJ, and Embiid with Shake Milton, DeAnthony Melton, Daniel House. I'm trying to remember who the fuck is left on Philly. Is Korkmaz coming back? Or is he a free agent? Philly don't have... Philly didn't have a bench last year. I think they get better with adding those players. So they could probably go 9 or 10 deep, in my opinion. Oh, they still got Gorgas Niang. So, I don't know, man. It's all on Doc. Whether they win this year. They have a championship caliber roster. But are they going to finally surpass their expectations and get it done. That would be the $1 million question. And are they going to trade for KD? Shit, I'd give up everybody on the team not named Joel and James for KD. Those are my thoughts. But yeah, 51 games. That's what's up. Phoenix Suns 52-30. Hell no. They're not winning 52 games. They're winning less. I don't know if they win 50 games, in my opinion. Just because they was number one last year, Phoenix has taken a step back because of how they lost to Dallas. I think they're still going to be shell-shocked. And ladies and gentlemen, Chris Paul is going to be 38 years old next year. 37, 38, whatever the fuck. He's a year older. He's not going to be able to sustain an entire season plus the playoffs. So he's going to need some help. Chris Paul's not going to be able to handle the scoring load like he normally does. So he's definitely going to lead the league in assists again this year. I predict that. He's definitely leading the league in assists. Devin Booker is going to have a good season. You know what I'm saying? He choked last year. But let's see what he got this year. I mean, he still got virtually the same team as last year, damn near. I mean, you still got Cam Payne, you still got Michael Bridges, Cam Johnson, Jay Crowder's still there, even though they're trying to trade him. Shh, that's a rumor. But it's practically the same squad. You bring back Ayton, you pay him. Landry Shamit's still there. They didn't make that many changes in the offseason. They don't win 52 games. They win way less than 52 games. Portland Trailblazers 38-44. I say they win a little bit more than 38. I say they win a little bit more than that. Now, mind you, Anthony Simons and Dame Lillard, ladies and gentlemen, are they going to start together or is Anthony going to come off the bench? Because if Anthony comes off the bench, that's another Sixth Man of the Year candidate right there. And that would be my Sixth Man of the Year if Simons agrees to come off the bench. If they start Dame and Simons like a Dame and CJ type of thing, that could be ugly. And then you add Jeremy Grant. We had him in Detroit. He can get you 20. He can get you 20. And, you know, his one-on-one game here was great to watch. Like, his evolution, because Grant before, when he was on Denver, was not a one-on-one player. He became a one-on-one player when he was in Detroit. He was nominated for Most Improved Player. So, then you add Gary Payton II, Gary Payton Jr., GP. Yeah, that's a great pick. That was an underrated pickup by them. Nurkic is healthy as well. Jusuf Nurkic is still offensively skilled. Not the shot blocker he used to be, but still a solid player. Very solid. Very solid player. It's just that the rest of that team, you know what I'm saying? The rest of that Portland team. I mean, Nasir Little is gonna miss some time. I think he's hurt. I don't know if he's gonna even play next year. Let's see. What else we got here? But Portland's winning more than 38 games. Sacramento Kings 37-45. That's actually really accurate. That's not bad. Sacramento is gonna be a threat for the play-in game. They're going to be a threat. Not necessarily a lot, but definitely a threat. Look at it this way. You got De'Aaron Fox, Malik Monk, the former backcourt from Kentucky, back together again, reunited in the NBA. That's going to be lit. You got Harrison Barnes, Sabonis. It's going to be pretty good. Davion Mitchell. Hey. Keegan Murray, forgot about him. Keegan Murray is a bucket getter. Like, Murray's going to be destroying niggas on the perimeter. Then Sabonis is going to be making great passes to those guys. I don't know. They could win more than 37 if that team is focused, but their downfall is going to be their bench. I mean, but Kevin Herter helps. Herter helps them. But Keegan Murray, he's going. I can't wait to watch. I'm going to be watching some Sacramento Kings games. I'm definitely going to watch some Sacramento Kings games. No doubt. San Antonio Spurs 16-66. I'm going to be honest with you. I think they win less than that. I know you drafted Malachi Branham, and then you got those young baby. You got the babies. But they're gonna be drafting Victor Wembanyama. Is that how you pronounce that name? It's pronounced Wembanyama. Wembanyama, whatever the fuck. That dude. That tall 18-year-old motherfucker. San Antonio not winning shit. They're going to be getting their ass whooped by 40 every night. Going to have the number 1 overall pick. I mean, Jeremy Sohan, though, man. I wish San Antonio hadn't drafted him. I wish the New Orleans Pelicans would have drafted him, to be honest, over Dyson Daniels. I would have loved to see him down there, man. But whatever. I definitely want to see what Jeremy Sohan got. Toronto Raptors 48-34. I don't know about that. They're winning less than that. Not sure. The question is Toronto going to try to get KD? Because if so, half that team got to go. And KD and Scotty Barnes would be a fun duo to watch the next 5-6 years. But Toronto, as it stands, they're going to win less than 48 games. I don't see it. I think they're going to lose a lot more games than they supposed to. Maybe play-in bound. That team is good. Don't get me wrong. They're a good team, but 48-34? No. Utah Jazz 29-53. That's kind of disrespectful. Now say they keep Donovan Mitchell. If they keep Donovan Mitchell, I say they win way more than that. But if they're going to trade Donovan Mitchell, I don't see how the loss of Gobert makes them worse. It doesn't really make them worse. It takes a liability away and then a $200 million contract away. Donovan Mitchell get to finally be himself. They got some big men over there in Utah. They're young. Doka Azubuike and Walker Kessler, who we didn't see in the summer league. They're winning more than 29 games though. But if they decide to trade Mitchell, it's going to be a lot of teams inquiring about Mike Conley, Bojan Bogdanovic, and Jordan Clarkson to help East and Western Conference teams. Okay, this is accurate. Utah should probably hover around 500. I think they are around Portland as far as the levels in the West. Because the West is going to be a lot better. But I wouldn't want to see Utah in one play-in game. That's all I'm going to tell you. I wouldn't want to see them in one play-in game. Not to say that they're going to win a series in the playoffs. I'm saying I wouldn't want to see them in the play-in. Washington Wizards. Why does Bradley Beal look like the daddy from BMF? Why does he look like Meech's daddy, bro? If you swing at me again, I'm going to do you like a nigga on the street. What did he call him? Pastor Shifty. Health is a real concern for Bradley Beal and Kristaps Porzingis. I want to see Bradley Beal and Porzingis play together, bro. That's gonna be a fun duo to watch. Washington could be a good team in the East. I actually think that 40 wins is accurate, though. It's accurate. But if Beal and Porzingis are healthy, I say they win a little tiny bit more than 40. But Monte Morris, wow. I mean, the starting lineup is going to be what? Monte, Bradley Beal, Kyle Kuzma, Kristaps Porzingis, and Daniel Gafford. Then you have Will Barton off the bench, Danny, Rui, Will Barton, Corey Kispert. That's not necessarily a bad team, y'all. But those are my predictions. You know what I'm saying? These are my thoughts. Did Bleacher Report get it right? Let's see what I disagreed with. I didn't disagree with many premises, but I definitely disagree with Utah being 29-53 if they keep Mitchell. Even though they did say they'll hover around 500, which is accurate. They gave Toronto too many wins. San Antonio's correct. Sacramento deserves a couple more wins. Portland, couple more wins. Phoenix, way less wins. Orlando, way less wins. Oklahoma, way more wins. What the fuck? Knicks, way less wins. Pelicans, a little bit more wins. Couple more wins. Minnesota's accurate. Memphis, a couple of less wins. Lakers, less wins. Rockets, more wins. Disrespectful ass niggas, boy. Golden State might win more than that. Pistons winning way more than 27 games. Stop hating. Dallas, more wins. Cleveland, less. Chicago, more. Charlotte, less. Brooklyn, more. Boston, more. Atlanta, more. All right, that's my video, y'all. Thanks for watching. Looking forward to seeing your reaction to what I saw.